My ambitious and responsible Capricorn friend. Hello and welcome. My name is Mina, and I'm here to offer you a 3-card reading exploring the themes of you, your path, and your potential. I invite you to consider what the reading reveals about possible challenges, opportunities, and personal growth for the week ahead. Take a deep breath, rest your mind, and let's see what the cards have to share with you today. A Capricorn, there's a quiet kind of pressure that's been building just beneath your surface. It's not always easy to name, but you know the sensation. An unsettled feeling that stirs when you're alone with your thoughts, a kind of restlessness that won't let you fully relax. It's as if something on the horizon calls to you, but you can't quite make out the shape of it yet. You may notice yourself scanning the days ahead, looking for a sign that it's the right moment to act, but the landscape feels unfamiliar, like waiting for a signal that keeps shifting with the light. Beneath your calm exterior, there's a mixture of anticipation and apprehension, the sense that what you've built is sound, but what comes next will require something different from you. It's not fear exactly, but a tension between what you know and what you can't yet see. You might feel caught between the comfort of what's familiar and a quiet urge to reach for something more meaningful. This week, that tension rises gently, asking you to acknowledge it without judgment. You're not lost, but you are on the verge of something that wants your attention, an invitation to look further than you have before, even if the outcome is still unclear. There's a steady conviction in you, Capricorn, a sense of purpose that rarely wavers. Lately, though, you may have noticed a subtle shift. The old certainties don't quite satisfy the way they once did. The 3 of Wands speaks to this moment, a point where you've invested time and effort, and now you find yourself pausing, surveying what you've accomplished, and wondering what comes next. There's pride in how far you've come, but also a gentle ache for something beyond your current reach. You might find yourself daydreaming about what's possible, eyes drifting to the horizon in moments of quiet. This isn't impatience, but a longing that feels both exhilarating and daunting. Deep down, you sense that you're standing at a threshold. The familiar routines and roles you've played have brought you here, but now there's a new energy stirring, one that asks you to risk stepping outside your comfort zone, even if only in thought at first. The tension comes from wanting to honor what you've built, while also recognizing that staying put isn't really an option anymore. Perhaps you feel a quiet pressure to make a move, but the path isn't fully visible. It's not just about ambition or achievement. It's about meaning, about aligning your actions with a deeper sense of purpose. There may be moments this week when you feel caught between gratitude for what you have and a growing desire to pursue what still feels just out of reach. This is a space of possibility, but also uncertainty. You may notice unspoken doubts about whether it's wise to reach further, and yet, there's a part of you that knows standing still won't satisfy you for long. This crossroads is more emotional than practical. You're not just plotting your next move, you're feeling your way into a new chapter, aware that the landscape is changing and that your own readiness is part of what shapes what comes next. From this place of longing and subtle anticipation, the next steps start to reveal themselves. When your inner world fills with questions about meaning, direction, and the value of the familiar, your outer life begins to shift in response. The sense of being at a threshold naturally creates movement. Even if you don't realize it at first, the decisions you make, the conversations you start, and the opportunities you notice are all colored by this undercurrent. What once felt secure may begin to feel too confining. The desire to stretch, to see what else is possible, quietly nudges you to look beyond the boundaries you once accepted. It's not that you're discarding what you've built, but rather that you're ready for your world to expand in some way. This readiness, gentle but persistent, sets the stage for the week ahead. In the flow of the week, Events begin to take shape around this stirring. The Ace of Wands brings a surge of fresh energy, an impulse that feels almost electric in contrast to the steady deliberation that usually guides you. Suddenly, ideas seem to arrive out of nowhere, or a conversation reignites your enthusiasm for something you'd set aside. There's a sense of momentum, sometimes bordering on restlessness, that propels you forward. You may feel an urge to start something new, to pursue a passion that's been quietly smoldering, or to revisit an old ambition with new eyes. This isn't always a comfortable process. The friction between the safety of routine and the call of inspiration can feel intense. You might notice yourself hesitating, unsure whether to trust the spark or retreat to what's known. At the same time, external pressures may appear. Deadlines move closer, opportunities demand a decision, or others look to you for guidance. These pressures aren't meant to overwhelm but to clarify. They highlight where your energy wants to go, even if the timing feels inconvenient. You might feel pulled in different directions, trying to balance obligations with the sudden desire to take a risk. The excitement of new possibilities is tempered by the knowledge that every choice carries consequence. Still, there's a sense that something important is beginning. The landscape is active, full of movement and subtle friction. You're not being rushed, but you are being invited to notice what makes your heart beat faster, what lights you up unexpectedly. The path isn't fully mapped, but it's alive with the promise of growth, if you're willing to let the momentum carry you a little further than before. This energy isn't something that simply happens to you. Your engagement, your willingness to notice, to respond, to let yourself be moved, makes all the difference. The path ahead isn't set in stone. It's shaped by the choices you make in the present. If you meet this surge of inspiration and pressure with awareness, you become an active participant in the unfolding story. Without conscious engagement, the week could pass in a blur of unfinished ideas and restless energy. With it, you allow the friction to become a catalyst for meaningful change. The moment you choose to notice what's stirring, to acknowledge the discomfort and the thrill of something new, you open the door to transformation. The card Death enters here not as an end, but as an invitation to release the forms and patterns that no longer serve you. Growth, in this sense, is not about adding more, but about letting go. It's about making space inside and out for what wants to emerge. You may realize that certain habits, roles, or expectations have reached their natural conclusion. There's a quiet power in the willingness to let them go, to trust that something richer can take their place. This isn't a dramatic upheaval, but a gradual, conscious process of shedding what's outlived its usefulness. This week, you may sense the freedom that comes with embracing change, the relief that follows when you no longer have to hold onto what's heavy or outdated. The invitation is to meet these moments with openness, to see the ending of one chapter as the necessary threshold to the next. In doing so, you discover a deeper resilience, a confidence that doesn't come from control, but from your capacity to adapt, to renew, to grow. The potential here lies not in chasing novelty, but in allowing your life to breathe, to evolve in ways that feel true to who you're becoming. It's an act of quiet courage, one that unfolds with each small choice to release, to trust, and to move forward, even if the destination isn't yet clear. All three moments, the surveying pause of the Three of Wands, the electric beginning of the Ace of Wands, and the freeing release of Death, intertwine to form the shape of your week. You stand at the edge of what you know, looking honestly at what you've built, feeling the tension between gratitude and longing. That tension gives rise to movement, a spark of new energy, the urge to act, the friction that signals something meaningful is trying to emerge. If you meet that moment with awareness, with a willingness to let go of the old, you find your world expanding in ways that feel both challenging and deeply satisfying. There is no need to rush or force what comes next. The process is as real in the silent pauses as in the moments of action. Through it all, your steadiness is not a barrier but a foundation. Whatever changes, you remain the one who chooses, who responds, who shapes the meaning of your days. In this there is reassurance. You are not at the mercy of events but in conversation with them. Each new beginning, each gentle ending, is simply another turn in your own unfolding story. The horizon may be uncertain, but your presence within it is constant. You are enough just as you are to meet whatever the week brings. Actionable insights for Capricorn this week. Let yourself pause and notice what you're truly longing for today. Leave a little extra space in your routine for something unexpected to find you. If you feel the urge to release an old habit or story, try setting it aside for just this week. Spoken word affirmations to repeat aloud for a more positive mindset. I honor where I am and where I've been. My energy is ready to meet each new chance. I make space for change, even if it feels uncertain. Every ending opens space for me to grow. I trust my own steady courage and move forward. And now, dear friend, I thank you for giving me your time. I truly hope I have given you something helpful in return. Goodbye and good luck until next time.